Speaking of true love, I'm going to see if I can remember my epic love poem, because I haven't been allowed to read it the last couple times I've performed places because I've had a time limit, and fuck y'all, I'm taking diva dispensation. I mean, I love you.
You know what? Fuck you!
This poem actually has gotten me laid more than once, so... There you go.
Retracting!
Damn it, not today. This is called Collecting Things. The first second you see me, this third speck of dust from our solar system's central sparkle will rumble beneath your wingtips. Anti-violently shaking with the waking realization, I am a person of your dreams. Where our crooked paths cross, complementary chemicals will cause explosions of color. Streaming beams of light, snaps, crackles, and pops, crisp currents of unadulterated air on our overheated faces, flushed with a blush we can barely contain in our sun-rising cheekbones. We melt like home-baked cookies steeped in raw milk, swirl smoother than vanilla and chocolate, though we are not always that sweet. Marching like the Arab Spring towards our own brand of freedom, we'll vocalize our volition and treasure hunt speak, skipping the record of repetition, monotone chanting, supplanting that role with songs. Redemption songs. Songs of freedom, our sacred gospels, our good news. My unyielding nature will be the buttress of your cathedral chest, built on a foundation you designed and poured for yourself. I am no mason. I cannot lay the bricks for you. I will not apply the mortar to hold you together. My intuition can aid in crack prevention. My supple empathy, like putty in the hands of your experience, to fill in the fractures bursting past that first line of defense. My lips and fingertips are more than willing to smooth over all the rough remnants of repair, but I do not design stained glass. As much as I like to help, those details are up to you. You will collect brightly colored bits of sea glass with salt-softened edges, broken soda bottle bubbles, drunken wine decanter, pieces of the window panes that your daddy made, the ones that you couldn't help but smash through, a veritable plethora of well-traveled windshields that you love, because despite the dead bugs and the bird shit, you know how to recognize a beautiful curve. And the bits of glass house left over from all those times when other lovers threw the first stone. And you will bring them together in the most intentional way, forming patterns like fractals, evidence of order out of the chaos that you refuse to let win. And I will stand beneath your masterpiece in reverence. Sunbeams casting each character onto my face, an open stage for your projection, with no need for correction. My love will be a sublime reflection of your perfection. I will bask in the way we both glow, warmth radiating outward with the heat of Fukushima inverted. We will bring so much more than a half-life to the decaying masses. Together, we will blaze a path of resilient sustainability. When tropical storms threaten our coastlines, I will not ride a getaway. If you consent, I will bust out the plywood and nails. At first, the hammering may hurt, but you have my word. The pounding will make us each stronger. When the boards are tacked tight over every opening till no light can make its way through, you will find my hands in the dark. Pull them to your chest in prayer, each of your accusation-less pointers filling in the spaces between mine who do the same for you. In this darkness, we are guiltless and shame-free. We trade our pretty privileged judgments in for mute Dumbo ears. We trade our answers in for twice their weight in questions. We trade our faulty fear in for firm faith. Put our stock in this upgrade. In this darkness, we become the locally made, slightly frayed universal belief brigade. Unwilling to pray for anything in particular, our words will be sparkling holographic gift wrap around our gratitudes, because we know that storm will steal some of our shoreline, but all that sand has got to go somewhere, so we will revel in the thought of this new creation and the forthcoming exploration of our new, slightly altered outline. We will bounce back like a parade of pogo sticks, remove our fortifications and build a monument to our tribulations out of the bits of things brought like gifts by the winds and laid out like an altar at our feet. In my fingers, toes, or soul feels cold, you will not hesitate to hold me. Following the Dr. Gibson prescription, you will hold your chest to mine till your heart beats down my anxious pulse and your toasty touch tunes into my tremor, solidifying the shards that were slipping away. Thanks to you, I won't misplace a single sacred molecule. I'll start to sense the sweetest serenity. You will swaddle me in gifts of your fingerprints, deepening layers of safety, stashed in acts of faith. We will not hide our dark sides. We will revel in the dusty footprints we track across the skies. We lay panting on our backs in the ditches of the archaeological excavation sites we erected around our roots. We will dig diligently till we see sunlight out the end of our tunnel vision, and then we will dance, arm in arm, upside down on the other side of the world, where love is simply love, and it is the only thing that makes any sense, where hate exists only in fairy tales written to remind us how good things are, where greed applies only to hugs and we will hoard them for the sole purpose of recycling them, where family is always growing, always chosen, and never ever forgotten. And this is where we will find our tribe. This is where we will build our home out of multifaceted mirror-like shooting stardust. We will all revel in our smiles so constantly surrounding us. It will be the kind of home other people make wishes on. But I don't think I've met you yet. I'm not even sure if I'm ready for you yet. These days, I spend my days collecting grains of sand, of time melted and warped like a persistence of memories that I can only dream of, heating them up and twisting them into shapes like window growing panes, picking snapshots of sunsets like flowers for the way I want my light to shine through, because I've got my own masterpiece to work on. So these days, I spend all this time writing love letters to the entire universe, and collecting things.
Did you change that since the last time I heard it?
Did you write that one, Brandi?
I did.
That is amazing.
Yes, that was Andrea Gibson, and I actually wrote that piece when I got to be one of the poets who opened for her when she came to UF last year, and she made a joke and she said she was going to make all of her friends call her Dr. Gibson, and I know that that's not true, but it made me really happy.
That was absolutely amazing, Brandi.
Thank you, Jean. I appreciate it.
Congratulations.
I miss you guys.
That was awesome.
I'm glad to be home for a little while.